Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from amandacrochets.com, and in today's tutorial I'm going to teach you how to make this moss stitch dishcloth. This is an 8x8 dishcloth. However, you can make this bigger or smaller depending on your preference, and this is made with 100% cotton yarn, and I just absolutely love the fun texture that this pattern creates. So like I said, you're going to be using 100% cotton yarn, and you're going to make this dishcloth with me today, and it's going to produce some wonderful texture, and it's a beginner friendly pattern that works up quickly. All you need to know how to do is make the slip stitch and the half double crochet stitch. You can make this in any color to fit your home decor. You can make this for your friends or family, or you can even make it for holiday gifts or for upcoming craft shows or something like that. So the possibilities are really endless. So like I said, you can create this with that fun little texture. So let's get started on today's tutorial on making the moss stitch dishcloth. So for the moss stitch dishcloth, you're going to need one skein of cotton yarn, and I'm using Line brand 24/7 cotton yarn. I've never used this yarn before, but I thought I would give it a try. And this is a 3.5 ounce skein, or 100 grams. It's 186 yards or 170 meters, and it's classified as a worsted weight yarn, and the recommended hook size is a G6 or 4mm crochet hook. This is machine washable and dryable, and it is 100% mercerized cotton. And the color that I used is called bay leaf. You can use whatever cotton yarn you would like and whatever color you would like. I am just using this because I wanted to give this yarn a try. And then you're also going to need a size H 5mm crochet hook. Now for your dishcloth, you're going to make an even number of chains. So if you want to make this bigger or smaller, you want to make sure that your chain is in an even number. And for my dishcloth, I ended up making a chain of 32. So again, if you wanted to make this bigger or smaller, you want to just make sure that your chain is an even number. Okay, so to make a chain, you're going to yarn over your hook and pull through that loop on your hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue making 32 chains, or an even number of chains, and we will continue on to row 1. Okay, once you have your 32 chains or your even number of chains, for row 1 we are going to make a slip stitch into the second chain from your hook. So the loop on your hook does not count, and you're going to count 2 chains from your hook. So 1 and 2. And you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through that loop on your hook. And that is your first slip stitch. For your slip stitches, you're going to make sure that you keep your tension as even as possible, because you are going to be working back into those slip stitches, so you do not want to make your stitches so tight where you can't go in and out of that loop. So make sure that you keep your tension a little bit more loose, and you can even go up a hook size if this would help you. In the next chain, we are going to make a half double crochet. So yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Now to continue with the moss stitch dishcloth, you're going to repeat this all the way across. So in that next stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. So again, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through the loop on your hook. In the next stitch, you're going to make a half double crochet, so yarn over your hook, insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So you're going to continue making 1 slip stitch in the next chain and a half double crochet in the next, and you're going to repeat this across the entire row. So here is what your first row looks like. When you make more rows, you'll start to see that textured pattern. So for row 2, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And you're going to work in that very first stitch, so the loop on your hook does not count. Do not work into that chain 1, that does not count as a stitch. And you're going to work in that very first stitch right here, and you're going to make a slip stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through that loop on your hook. So when you make your dishcloth, you're always going to start and end with that slip stitch. And you want to make sure that your slip stitches, again, are pretty loose and not super tight, because you want your ends to be even and not cinched tight. Next, you're going to make a half double crochet, and again repeat this all the way down. Slip stitch, half double crochet. In the next stitch, make a slip stitch. In the next stitch after that, make a half double crochet. Continue alternating slip stitch and half double crochet for the entire row. Okay, and here is what 2 rows looks like. So for rows 3 through 36, you're going to continue and repeat row 2. So again, chain 1, in that very first stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. In the next stitch, you're going to make a half double crochet. And you're going to repeat this all the way down by alternating slip stitches and half double crochets. And again, you're going to do a total of 36 rows. And once you get to the 36th row, I will show you how to complete your dishcloth. So just alternate slip stitches and half double crochets for a total of 36 rows, and I will meet up with you and show you what your completed dishcloth looks like. Okay, so I'm coming up on the end of my dishcloth, and I have 2 stitches remaining. So half double crochet and a slip stitch. And then you're going to cut your yarn and leave a little bit of a tail, just like I have right here. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through and tighten. And then you'll go ahead and weave in your ends, but this is what the completed dishcloth looks like. And as you can see all of that nice fun texture to your dishcloth. And again, you can always make this a little bit bigger or smaller depending on your preference. You can also change up the color, so if you wanted to use something that matched your kitchen decor, you can definitely do that. These also make wonderful gifts, and for the upcoming craft fair season, these are quick and easy to work up and be able to sell at craft fairs. I really loved how this came out, and I really love the texture to this as well. I'm also going to leave a link in the description box below for my moss stitch pot holder, or my moss stitch hot pad, and that will be a nice little set. I'm also planning on making a towel to go along with this, so you'll have all 3 items to put together in a little set. So thank you so much for joining me today on learning how to make the moss stitch dishcloth. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see all future videos by me, and as always, happy crocheting! Bye!